very much, Pastor. We are now going to sing the anthems. They don't go to hospitals. They don't want to go to medication. They are there. We have them here. But we are trying to struggle with them, and we are trying to educate them that it's important to have children go to school, because for them they are able to read. What about a child that is now coming up? How would that child read a signboard? So we are trying to fight that. But we also request government to come in and see how best we can handle such people, so that we have all our children what? Educated. Non-titling of school land, especially non-titling of school land. Let me not mention, but it is a problem. We have schools that have failed to process land titles, and they are just like spotting on where they were allocated. It is becoming a problem for them to develop. They want to cultivate for land as food, but it is also becoming a problem because they are on land that was given by church, and they are given only where to have the classrooms, nowhere to put even a bunch of bananas for the learners, or even to have demonstration gardens. That is another point that maybe we should come together and see how best to handle, because we need also to handle children who acquire skills, practical skills, of course, and in demonstration gardens. Then some of the challenges have been summarized in the figures below. Expected classrooms. That one I want to request that we go through. Let me not take a lot of time because we already read. Now the recommendations that I see there, should I read them or I leave you go through? Because this. Okay, now the recommendations, let me go to them. I request that we go through them. Okay. This one is very important anyway. I don't need to skip it because it is again very touchy. Where we have any big, some of the challenges have been summarized in the figures below. Expected classrooms, as we look at the enrollment in the public schools. We have only 848, and the available classrooms are the expected are supposed to be 848, but the available are 292. Can you see that gap? Then the gap that is 556. 556. You can see? Members, I think you have also moved in our public schools. You see children squeezed, whereby even a teacher has nowhere to pass to go and help, to give individually whatever help to those learners. They just stand here and lecture. No way of helping these learners there because of there's no space. Children are hit and others sit under the tree. Those who can manage, but in this weather, who will sit under the tree? Classroom people ratio, we have 1 to 160. That is the classroom teacher ratio, current, and the ideal is supposed to be 1:55. Expected lab instances are supposed to be 1,166. The available lab instances are 448. Can you imagine that? And sanitation in our public schools is really it is appalling. This is a reality. Then gaps, 718. Lab instances I've already talked about that. Now we look at the expected desks. They are supposed to be 15,545. The available desks are 5,182. You find them seated up 9 seated on one desk. And how do you expect them to write? Especially our children lower, I must tell you, P1, P2 sit on the floor. How will they improve on handwriting? And it is the foundation. Let's think about that. Expected teacher ratio, 848. Available teachers, 549. And the gap is 299. How will performance really be improved if one teacher is handling such a big number? That is the government now. Recommendations: parents should provide midday meals. The district council to come up with ordinances on education-related activities. Creation of model schools. We have model schools that we have created in our sub-counties, the old sub-counties that we really need to ensure that we should continue supporting them, and we need to have others on board. We recommend that we mobilize funds to buy a printer to help the production of materials for assessment for our learners. Stakeholders should regularly monitor school activities. We are the people here. Parents should ensure girl children should be taken back to school even after giving birth. We encourage them, and most of them, that's why we had the number of dropouts reduced. But when again they complete, some of them at least have failed where to go, but we want to encourage them to continue, and this government can come up with other interventions to help those who are failing to continue with primary education. I know they are there, but just only to enforce. Parents should inculcate good moral in their children. That one is the point. Our children, there is moral decay these days. They need a lot of guidance. Continuous awareness to communities on education policies and guidelines. Those ones we should continue, all of us, because it is important. District leaders should lobby for more funding for construction of more classrooms. That one is the point. I know it is going to be taken. And then parents to allow children to complete the education cycle. Matter we send them, we should also allow them to complete the education cycle. It is important. You say, just only to learn to read the signpost. What will it help? These days, every man these days wants a working class. I'm telling you. Then, district leaders lobby for more. Heads of institutions should be more creative and make heads of institutions be more creative and ensure the learning environment is very conducive for our learners to be sustained at school, so that they should learn and also love their school, because the child will not remain at home if the learning environment is what? Conducive. It is now to you, the heads of institutions. And then continuous training of school managers on their roles, we shall continue, and it should be a concerted effort. Then also continuous assessment and benchmarking. Those are extended lists that we should be carried out internally and even outside the district. We encourage that. We have started on it, and I know we shall continue. Then implementation of continuous policies should be a joint responsibility, because when policies come, we should all embrace. What is that? Schools with land. This is a point, members. Schools with enough land. for the school. Allocate the school enough land to have what? Demonstration gardens for our learners, and also to cultivate food for the children to eat at school, because we know it is a problem for our parents to do what? To contribute. It is now upon you. If you have school land and it is big, why can't you offer that land to the school so that they can I
want to be time conscious. I have about 2 to 3 points to put forward. As a district council and as a chairperson of Education and Health Committee, I want to start by saying the committee has done a lot of resolutions which are very, very important to improve the performance. My request is, before I go to stakeholders, DEO's office and COW's office, let us implement these resolutions to the last dot. Some of these resolutions coming have already been what? Discussed. To cite a few, we need to create a district examination board in this district. If it is there, it must be active. The children should be exposed to assessments. That is how they can get ready for final exams. Number 2, motivation of best performing what? Students. We suggested we must come up with a way of motivating the best performing students.
And the schools.
And the schools also. We must have a systematic way of appreciating those who perform excellently. And the other touching issue, the chief guest, is we have a big problem. The secondary schools in our district are doing very, very badly. We don't have, actually when it comes to sciences, and currently the president's talk is emphasizing we must really perform well in sciences. When you reach the laboratories of these secondary schools, they are not equipped. We don't have science teachers. There is a big problem. Our learners cannot compete nationally. So we need to think about how to improve on the laboratories.
Lobby for more teachers.
Lobby for more science teachers, secondary teachers. This is very, very key. If the wage is still minimal, we need to lobby for more. As I wind up, stakeholders, when it comes to performance, the learner, the parent, the teachers, and all others, we have to wake up.
Leaders, don't forget yourself.
The leaders, leaders at all levels, we must be involved. We are in the process of coming up with an ordinance as a district, and then also we passed the resolution, the lower local governments should come up with bylaws in the of recent transfers jakolero wange batuwaire omusomesya abera somesya P7 nibamutola nga mulwaire tebatwaire omulwaire baletere muyi okubendolu nendowooza saideni tebatuwulira be mutaka tukozese obusiru naye tukoba ntakyo tukireke nga wekiri okatonda yatulwanira. Ekintu kyokubiri esaideni abo tebaba batulonda batukoba apina supervising abantu abo naye ekizibu kiriwo okunti bali muketyano tendensa mu bizibu n'ebyerere balina ensire ominisita abaira tumulakali n'abanyulula nokwota okuba mu ngalo bagaine neniso tukubera obukomaadi kubanga batumwire bagwireko edi. Ekintu ekikulu kiri kimu, abantu abetubiringa nabo betukulembera ife tukulembera abatulondera mu bifo bino banange order tibamaite nga abantu bali bamaite naye weyaja ng'omuntu ayize okwisemera yombakoba abasomesya ababeere bamukumira mu nzira bamutumulako nga ayize okusomesya atuukire leeti ye nanga alitakomba oti baadi isobe tukiikirira azwere mu sapato mu kiraato, but these are our people. Atano mbere kubanga kunano performance. Mutwaire omulwaire, mutwaire momui,
ekyo
notera performing.
Actually okawaza kumbulya nti isomero keyo mukobere mubanga yanjwire isomero byo.
Olinga soko na primary school. Weba.
Not
anda diye utezwayo kusa issues nyingi. Ndakubakobera nti omusomesa asooka mu byaire. Ekyo kitwerabira imwe muri kublaming abantu banundi tebakora olubimbi olusa. Toyinza okuba n'omwana w'empuuta omumaka notwalira odi tabasaiza waje abasaiza bayina nakora kusa. Kikolewa. Ekyo issues nyingi ne twabenge nga tulistinga one by one. Issue gundi eyokulya elimu. Ate ano uziwe gwe tusisinkana. Enyuma wako aho ite tusomeire. Okulya ti ali nsonga y'amaani. Wawula ne taba naisuba ne gituba blaminga. Nasooka ku blaminga government. Owereta UPE ni aleterega akati w'abasomesya n'abahead teacher. Oko yajaga tubakora omulimo. Kuwati anaka sente kane kibatairewo. Weyaja ntono head teacher wakwate sente gino. Batuche sana wakwata ya muntu atya. Mutekewo ukiko. Owa montaringe sente ja UPE nenga tibe head teacher. Kyakuleeta uleme omuwasomesya n'abahead teacher. Mutakole kintu ekyo. Weya janto uleme ukali uliwo akati awo abantu banamanda koro mulimo kusa nga balingirire kintu kimonti bali balye sente ekyo nga kiri awo omwana ena alina contributing okumanya nti nze ndi mwana musomi ninja w'okwisomero ne abana baisa basinga ongi basiba mu filimu nokoto omwana yazo kwisomero na mu filimu ezo yaba okora bigezo ati anabana iso basomesya abo ndakubakobera nti omuwutewu district emarks ege muwona egi mukwati first grade awo private schools basini afoni abali kubityangaku nebadi tibali ugezi okukola omulimo gwabwe nga basomesya batoola abaana baabwe ne batwala omu private ne batabasomesa n'omumasomero egi baba ekyo niye noti ekitunotingira omuwanaiso abo webaleyo mukwipita okuzeka ng'inima walinja janga bana bange batya mapi wano pitu pitakali na weino muvulo munene linkwa omuvule guno lwaki tusala tuyamba bana ena awandike ekiwandiiko kizoki district paka saawa eno tebangirangamu nga ntakira ensala omuvulo ogwo inyamba abaana batyame okunaano ku deski ekyo nakolere nasaliro ninkubirawo muvule twakolere mbawo 40 agiri abaana batyamako oba twakolere wundi mwize munsi
waliwo abaana bebataire enani for childhood development program nga banasale teacher abaana abo kasokere bamala okusoma bavungire mu byalo eyo tetumaire future yaabwe babatwaireyo ukolaniki
policy.
ekyokubiri
There will be some talk about that.
ekyokubiri abaana baisu nadala muute okugwa egavumenti erina engalo lwaki nkoba ntiyo emanagement oba amasomero igagezyako okoba nti ababyaire bakontributingeko oba development oba tests oba niki bali bakwata omuseveni akoba abaana tibatwala niki esente ati anu egavumenti eba eri kutuyamba oba teri kutuyamba so tubatusaba gavumenti mutulekere swena tumanejinga amasomero gaisu amasomero ge Uganda yaina batole sente nyingi naise tusabe 15 you intervene abazaire tubatole sente mwebalenyi.
Kachuru City School, which is under construction as it has been said, given the need for the secondary schools in the district, should have been completed sometime. Unfortunately, we are told the contractor was not given the job by the district. And it looks like the contractor cannot listen to the district. Someone 2-3 days ago, the district brought a site meeting at the center. But the way the contractor spoke, it was an indication that he was not bothered. Because we were saying the contract period which was added is also coming to the end. The man said, I am going to take my time. Katonda wanga. As members of the board, tuli kutukana basomesa bali ku volunteeringa okuba nonerya kasabuni, transport, feeding. If that school had been completed, all those things would have been sorted out. Finally, I am one of the elders.
Those are you gift projects, Honorable Minister, but I will put some information.
Thank you. I am one of the elders in the district. One time we sat, we were 3. So I asked a question. Honestly speaking, leaders, I mean elders, is the Butebo district at the level we expect it to be? All of us agreed no. So we agreed that it is important we at least support the political leaders, the religious leaders as elders to carry out certain activities so that we don't conflict with any power center but work together with those power centers. And these are some of our objectives. We intended to
now that discussion, to cut the long story short.
Yes.
We have the Elders Council.
Yes. The school kindly. It looks like the problem is not at the district, but it is elsewhere.
Now,
I thank you very
okay,
much.
let me explain that one now because I did not expect it to come.
It seems banange n'abandi kumwebalyanga ku abasomesa abantu bali bali bakola omulimu omusa naye bapolitician mutuyitire apolitician mutuuko kulumbe mutandikamu abaana mugasawo era bakobere kulya sente gye UPD omuzaire awulisisya era obotonedi masitana nekisawo kya woros aitrokulena omuzaire akola kitolede mubakumu tumwire kwira banana atumula nima opposition
ekyo ngaine ekyo kituufu tinkiwulirangako ekyo
oyinza okubayona era nize akulira mubiboko sikolo nitaka okumanya isomero lyawerere oba lyakusosola sente nimbona headmaster aliko batoola enkumi 2 gyakintaka okumanya owazo abaiza wa RDC tasomeseryanga kaana omwana kali otya era oyajja baawe bali mumasomero ekibasolosula okaire busatu engoko balya bakola niki ate amusomesa mutya omusomesa amakakakole omusomesa wesiraki ingane facilitation all wakansalaambaiza yatumulire nokulumbe abedmasters benena basomesa benena nti banayamutole lusulu 10 lwokolete ono kansala yemereire lwali kulumbe lwaitewa wedmaster omusakaiko natumula atimatwala emeka 10 abedmasters iswe nga bapitiye netugabako PDM bawulira politician
political leaders ulisisi ebyo atyano
okoloto Robert ero sisiri kakoro kuno kusaba katako na primary school jina somaire era jinzwera kinkwaiteku okubanga mwaiza okumasomero dala ete munistingira nti niko akakolera kububi
ate niye gyoswera
ate niyeka katako na primary school isomero ayatandikire ne subgrade emyaka gyeira naye tulina kizibu kimo
otese
tulina abaana abazwera kudi okubukedera kyokka begaita nebatandika okutambula okwaba okutyamira ebigezo kakolo primary ekilomita 5 ddala banange omwana atambwire ekilomita 2 teri natambula ekilomita 4 kasi atuuka ku senta lwaki timututaasa mutu yange ddala omwaka guno katako na primary school efune sitting center mwabalaino.
I have only one issue, and that issue concerns
lower local governments and the district. The way we operate in lower local governments, we know very well that our bosses are in the district. But when we sit as a council in the sub-county and we make bylaws, we send it to the district, you'll find that they don't approve. Since I started,
let me get you there. Mr. Speaker's office is here. Respond on that one very fast.
Yes.
That one was on the record.
Some of these issues would not even be there because all what have been talked, we are finished with the council to have the bylaws.
Let me tell you now, guidance. We are here to learn. That's why we say that if you had not known of anything before, or if you had known, we have come here to remind ourselves. If you have not submitted, do it. And we record those things. By the way, they attract for us marks during assessment as a district.
Okay, thank you. Now,
you said the one, I thought that was the one.
I'm finalizing, of course, on that very note, by the way. When I'm finalizing, I'm saying we are going to bring those bylaws, they are there.
Thank you.
And we approve it, you approve it.
Thank you.
And we make sure that we promote the education of a girl child. You see,
Mr. Chairman, time up.
One, I'm happy to have the minister who already sits in the cabinet. UNATU as a union has always engaged the government in the enhancement of salary so that the teachers can be motivated. So far 2 years, UNATU has engaged the government, but no response. So when we come to performance, and you know very well that the teacher is a teacher for the doctor. A doctor can be in the theater, and he can kill a person. And on the burial, they will say we sank the hospital of Elgon. But now in the case of a teacher, by the way, I want to reveal this secret, that a teacher makes a person to die when a person is moving. Bwana Minister, a teacher will make a child to die and that child will continue moving. And you are now saying that literal performance is not good. One, there was COVID in these children who sat. Remember, our government schools were at home. And the private schools were teaching their children in the house. Others were on the radios. Whereas ours in the public, they were fully at home. Secondly, Minister, you remember very well that industrial action which was there last year. The children of government were fully at home. And the private sectors were teaching. Those children were fully participating in education while ours were at home. So, Minister, another point is this one. Science teachers versus arts teacher. That is the secondary. You are more yet to hear another performance of secondary. Because even arts makes first grade. And now, somebody is eating a large fish. Whereas somebody here is eating mukene.
I'm the vice chairperson. The members are as follows. The RDC, the CAO, Education Department, Butebo University, Secretary Education, Chairperson Education Committee of Council, all the MPs, the district speaker, the chairperson in Head Teachers Association, secondary and primary, UNATU chairperson, chairperson of chairpersons, LOC3s and town councils, DPC, CCTs, and then the principal. That is the district task force. The sub-county task force, we are going to communicate together with the resolutions to you at that level. National anthems.
Mr. Chairperson, I want University at large, district technical staff, religious leaders, LC3 chairpersons and mayors, the stars, parish chiefs, our elders, the managers of institutions, board of governor chairpersons, and the SMC, PTA, the teaching fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for your valuable time and inculcating the values into us. We pledge to implement our resolutions without any procrastination. I once more thank you and say I am humbled to be given this honor, present a vote of thanks, and it ends at that point without much time. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much.